What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about these little beauties, these ball sticks from Justin Skaggs at Wood Lacrosse Sticks. These things are cool, and so is the story behind them. Let's go. All right, to start, we should probably talk about the game of stickball. Stickball is a game developed by Native Americans in the southeastern United States. They all played stickball. They all played slightly different versions. But they would come together and often settle land disputes, water rights disputes, things where normally they may have gone to war, but instead they settled it on the stickball field. In the north, the Haudenosaunee, the northeastern tribes, they didn't settle disputes with lacrosse. I mean, even though that's talked about a lot. People say little brother of war. That's actually kind of as far as I know, that's a misnomer. That's not entirely true. It was more ceremonial. It was more for the creator, celebratory. The southern tribes, the tribes who played stickball, the Choctaw, the Chickasaw, Seminole, Creek peoples, Cherokee, they actually did settle disputes, water disputes, land disputes. They did, in fact, settle disputes with stickball. They also played it ceremonially for fun, but the game, and at least one of the tribes, and maybe multiple tribes, I know they spoke different languages, one of them called it Ani Jodi, which is little brother of war. So that phrase, little brother of war, it comes from stickball, as far as I know. I may not be totally correct. Wouldn't be the first time. They say stickball predates lacrosse, and I have to, by looking at the equipment that they use, I have to imagine that if it does in fact predate lacrosse, it definitely influenced lacrosse, just because these things are very similar to the lacrosse sticks you see in the north from the past. So maybe there was some kind of filtration from the south to the north. Someone traveled, had a stick, and whatever happened. And I'm sure you would hear different things from different tribes. The cool thing about stickball is that where lacrosse in the north, when it was discovered by Europeans or non-natives, they adopted it, and George Beers, I think his name was, developed rules which included natives not playing on white teams because the natives were so good at it, and they softened it, they whitened it. Stickball didn't suffer that same fate. So the game of lacrosse we play today is heavily influenced by non-natives, as you can tell just by looking at it. Non-natives didn't influence stickball, and the way it's played today is the way it was played back then, which is pretty awesome. And the game of stickball, even today, as it's played today, it's rough. Playing lacrosse can be rough, but we wear full pads. We've worn pads in lacrosse for a long time. The people who play stickball, they still don't wear pads. They don't wear gloves, they don't wear helmets, they often don't wear shoes, and you are allowed to tackle the ball carrier. I mean, just lay them out. So what you'll see, if you watch videos, you'll see guys put their sticks down and just lay guys out. They play for real. They play respectfully. They're not out to hurt each other, but tempers, even in a game of chess, tempers flare. And you're not allowed to hit people with the sticks, but it happens. So, it's a pretty impressive game to watch. If you get a chance, you should absolutely go watch it. So there are a lot of different styles of stickball sticks, different tribes. I think the Cherokee have a much heavier stick. These are, I believe, in the Choctaw style. And what's really cool about them, and each player plays with two. So this is a single set. So this would be for a player. They're flat, and you put them together like this, and you cup the ball like that. So you pick up the ball, like that, off the ground. You run with it like this. It's not coming out. I don't know how it's done, but like this. And then you throw it like that. So you kind of probably open it up and toss it like that. And the objective is to hit a pole with the ball. Each team has a pole at the end. The way it's played, I think the way it was originally played, and today it's still very similar. Obviously, the little differences in different regions, but I think the commonly accepted version is 30 men per side, so 30 players on each team on like a football field size field. That's crazy. So things are nuts. You know, I think you're allowed to check sticks. I mean, they're always like the videos I've seen are rough. It's brutal. You play with a golf ball sized ball. This one is it's some kind of it's the same that Justin used in this. It's like an oiled twine, I think. I can't really tell. So he's wrapped that around something harder. The balls were made out of like rocks wrapped in whatever, then wrapped in sewn leather, or walnuts or something hard in the center, then wrapped. And like I said, the objective of the game is to hit the ball into the post at one end. The posts are like 4x4 tall. Throwing like this, I think it'd be really hard to do, but if you watch some videos, you see that they're good at it. You can also put the ball against the post to score, but you have to hold it there for 3 seconds. And if the field is set up like 8 offense, 10 midfield, 12 defense, which I think I heard in a video or read somewhere, that's kind of a common setup. It could also be 10, 10, 10. But if you're trying to hold a ball on a pole and there's 10 guys or 12 guys trying to prevent you from doing that, not easy. Justin Skaggs he's become a student of wood lacrosse sticks and how to make them. He's working on it. He's making them. He's steaming them, bending the wood, and so he figured he'd try his hand at some stickball sticks. And I have no idea how he does it or if they're accurate. I'm sure they're accurate. They look like stickball sticks that I've seen in videos and in pictures. And it's real impressive to me because I couldn't do this. And they're very, very cool looking. Just, I really like them. These are not mine. He sent me these to check out, and then I'm going to forward them on to the customer that bought them. But he said he is going to make me a set, which I'm excited for. I think it's just, they're very cool. He's got his little Skaggs Woodworks, wood lacrosse sticks on the SW, his little brand there. I think this is a signature here, yep. And then on this one it says third set. This is a third set he's ever made. And they're awesome. The workmanship, the quality, I believe this is hickory. Hickory is a wood that bends relatively easy, but it's also sturdy. Just very, very cool. I have no idea what he's going to charge for these, but if you're at all interested in the history of stickball and its potential link to lacrosse, I don't know that there's a true link. Someone may, but some of this stuff is hard to find when you're talking about oral tradition. You can watch videos, but if you watch 2 videos, you'll get 2 different opinions. So the actual truth, I'm not a historian. I'm not an anthropologist. I'm not a sociologist. I don't know. I don't know the stories. I don't know what's right, but I know that these are cool. And the story, the stickball game that is still played today is cool. Obviously, I prefer lacrosse. I'm a lacrosse guy, and not trying to take away from lacrosse. But if you think lacrosse is rough, watch a game of stickball. I mean, these guys go for it. But it's fascinating. It's a fascinating either offshoot of lacrosse or predecessor of lacrosse or a game that developed independently of lacrosse, but it's got some similarities. Whatever the story is, stickball is neat, and you should look into it, find some videos, read some about it. It's fascinating to me. I think it's just so cool. I think it's cool that Justin's making sticks. Unlike wood lacrosse sticks, I think there's a lot of people still making stickball sticks, which is good. It's the kind of thing that needs to be maintained, needs to be fostered in a culture. And from what I can tell, that the stickball game is alive and well in the southeastern United States. If you live down there, go check it out. Support it however you can. Good stuff, Justin. Thanks for sending these over. I will forward them on to your customer and await my set anxiously. Very cool stuff. All right, guys, definitely go check out Justin's work at Wood Lacrosse Sticks, his Instagram, his website. I'm not sure if he has a YouTube channel yet, but if he does, I'll link it below. And go check out some stickball videos and clips on YouTube because it's a very impressive game. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.